bigger ones behind the little ones in front, and he was just ripping, and that was the end of it.
And then slowly people are kind of like, that's a new cool little thing too. I heard.
But guys like Richard Schmidt swore by that a long time ago.
Yeah,
it's
interesting. It makes sense too.
It does. It makes sense, and so there's no wrong way.
Yeah. That's what I've.
It's just experimenting for yourself, because we're conditioned to think we know.
Yeah.
And when you think you know, you actually are taking something away from yourself instead of being open-minded and being like, I don't really know. And my true belief is you make magic by accident. You can't create magic. It makes itself. And it's every time when you make a mistake and you think, oh, this is something stupid, but all of a sudden you try it and you're like, whoa. And so
magic is made like that.
Yeah. So it's like, magic only happens on accident, and when it blows your mind every time, because it's like you've been so conditioned to think of something a certain way.
Yeah, no, I like that where you're going with the once you think you know, you're already like you're already like more that's kind of a dummy already, like, or like.
And that's what my dad would say too.
Even if you're a master.
Even if you're a master, but like my dad says, name the play, lose the game.
What does that mean? Like what?
Name the play, lose the game. In life.
Name the play.
So if you think you know, and say you can imagine how it is.
Name the play. Yeah.
Lose the game.
Lose the
the game of life. You know what I mean? So if you think you know, then you've already lost.
Yeah. No, I love that.
And so it's all about just going with the play and letting the play itself out, and then never saying or thinking, or because your imagination's your worst nightmare, because you can imagine things. Like the guy said, you can imagine that you're in heaven, and 2 minutes later you're back in, sitting right here. So it's like you can imagine all these things. So when you imagine, what the trip's going to be like, this could happen, that could happen, all these things, but when you go, it never is what you imagined. So it's like this weird thing in your brain that plays tricks on you. So your imagination's good, but it's also good just to let things be. And that's like the Beatles said, let it be, because whatever it is, we're a human being. So we're not, so it's like letting things be how they are. Let it play out how it's supposed to play out, instead of trying to control a situation. When you control something, you lose. Right. When you let things be, you win.
Right. I do both so bad sometimes. Like even driving to go surf this morning, I was doing my same route I do all the time, and I've had this year I've just swung and struck out so many times, hit a couple, but I was just doing that, and I'm usually when I'm going, I'm just like, indicator, I know, one time it was like this, one time it was like that, it's gonna be like this, it's gonna be like that, the next one's different, I'm like, wait, what, but I know it's this or that, and then I get there and it's like,
it's naming the play.
Yeah, and then finally today I was driving, and one spot looked super good, and I was like, and I was just like, I don't even care. I'm ready to drive home already, and it already made me feel calm, because I'm usually I'm gonna score so hard today, but I was just right when I felt that, I don't know why, but this morning, maybe just because I RC'd this morning before I went, but I usually never do that, but yeah, anyway, I just felt calm, and then so I hit every indicator trying to it's nothing, it's all good, and then some were shitty, I was like, I knew it, but all good, then when we got there, it was all pretty and perfect, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm owning it, and then I wanted to stay all day, because it was so fun, but I was like, you know what, I'm all stoked, that was cool, let the locals, that I'm let everything go, and I left, and usually I'm like, what did I miss? Kind of I hope the wind kind of went just so I didn't miss, but then this time I was like, I don't even care, it's all good, and then I heard my friend, went, jump, da-da-da, I was just like, I wanted you to score. But okay. Kind of cool else, so. Or whatever you think, whatever you
It's all good. Yeah, no, I just want to say thank you for coming by. It's always a pleasure. I'll just say for me, watching everything and surfing and what's going on, it's really nice to see you carry on, your legacy with your family's name, and be so different and be so cool. And the one thing I love, one of my pleasures, is to see how you treat every person that you're around and how you hold yourself, because just because you surf good doesn't mean you're better than anybody, and some people get this kind of confused. And so I think the kids really, we're doing this for kids, we're doing this for adults, but watching you maneuver through your life and how you treat situations with respect, and respect for surfing and your family, and just how you do it, it's really a pleasure to watch. And I feel like a lot of people gravitate to you for obviously your surfing, but your personality and all the whole platter. You know, it's really fun, and I feel like your sponsors really really were lucky to have you part of their team and part of their presence because we've lost a lot of, you know, I've said it, but the culture and the spirit of surfing and what it truly means, it's got so homogenized by all these Olympics. And I've said it before too, but it's like we don't have trade shows, we don't have surfer pole, we don't have magazines, we don't have posters. It's at a time where, you know, we had these crazy characters, you know, if it was Al or Robbie Page or your dad, or, you know, just Marvin and Mickey and, you know, just every person. If it was like they were just a crazy personality and gnarly human being, and they were just living. They all need holidays, but it's like we gotta bring a little percentage of that back and tell the stories to the kids and make it interesting for the adults and you know, share what we know. So
yeah.
so thank you.
And only oh my gosh. Thank you. I don't know what that was the coolest ever. No, what you're doing is so cool. I think it's like everyone needs it, you know, including myself and like just everyone out there, the kids, people who think they know, people who know, people who don't know nothing, you know, like I feel like everyone's gonna need what you're gonna share with them. Dad laid it out.
You laid it out, so did your dad, and we're just gonna continue to
We're gonna
follow
we're
the path.
gonna clean, clean their path. Yeah, they made the path. We gotta make sure it's all clean in case.
Well, there's no more no more transferring of information because there's no more outlet. It's everything's social media.
Yeah.
And this and that, and all the archives are gone. So
Gotta get smart and get
still, we're gonna try and help out and make it so surfing can be looked at as like a, you know, it was a king sport.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing else but a king
Started
sport.
like that.
Yeah.
Couldn't even go up if you got caught on your log out there trying to ride, you'd get in trouble.
Yeah.
You had just that.
The village would carry the board out for the king to surf. You know, it's like, so we gotta get these stories out there and share with the kids how important surfing is and what it can do for your life. It's just, it's a lifesaver. It's like gives you such a passion and purpose. Yeah, we're so lucky.
We could go out and sneak waves. Pretty heavy. I'm thinking about back in the king days. Yeah, that's nuts. Imagine if you tried to paddle out and just catch away a big shovel.
Well, you know, you were a fisherman, you were a surfer, you were a diver,
Yeah.
you were a waterman, you paddled canoe, you did, you know, the Beach Boys. So hats off to the oldest generation and the older generation, like your grandpa, my grandpa.
Sharing the culture.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to the UK and they had the freaking board of the Duchess that rode at Waikiki, and I was just blown away how, like you're saying, because that's another story, but just in the castles, you know, in the faraway land, the surfboards from Hawaii and all history, so crazy.
It's crazy. It's a big
Surf
deal.
history. Gotta get it out there.
We're gonna get him, Jerry. We're coming for you.
Yoga master.
Thank you.
Oh, yoga master. Yoga master.